The DHYAN BINDU Upanishad presented by Svayam Sharma. The DHYAN BINDU Upanishad, which is part of the Atharva Veda, is a Yoga Upanishad. It tells about meditation on the point, on the dot which is placed above the syllable Om. The reward of Yoga is the eradication of sin. The Atma penetrates through all its appearances. It is present in the whole and it is present in every part as well. It is present in everything and it is outside everything as well. The complete silence of meditation is similar to the infinite subtlety of the object to be meditated upon. The Atma is described as the arrow which is targeted at Brahm. The Atma hitting the target becomes one with Brahm. In the Muktika list of 108 Upanishads to be studied for salvation, this Upanishad figures at serial number 39 of that list. Material for this Upanishad has been sourced from the 60 Upanishads of the Veda by Paul DEUSSEN. The Upanishad. For the well-being of the yogi, I will tell the truth of yoga. Whosoever listens to it and recites it, he is freed from all sins. Vishnu is called a great yogi. He is great in magic power and in penance. The highest Purush, he shines like a lamp, lighting up the way of truth. Even if the sins are monumental, even if the sins are as big as mountains stretching endlessly mile after mile, and it appears that nothing can penetrate them, yogic meditation is able to penetrate these sins. The dot above the anusvar in the syllable Om, that is higher than the first three syllables A, U and M of Om. It is higher than the resonance of the three as well. The syllable vanishes with the sound in the highest place, which is absolutely silent. The sound remains unbeaten, yet there is something that is even higher than this sound. The yogi who meditates on this as the highest, all of his doubts break off from him. He has no doubts left whatsoever. The pure being is very subtle, and how subtle the pure being can be gauged from the following example. If we take the tip of a hair and split it into 100 parts, then further split those 100 parts into another 1000 parts. Then we take a part of this part and further split it into two. That is how subtle the pure being is. As fragrance exists in flowers, as butter exists in milk, as oil exists in oil seeds, as gold exists in ore, as the thread is in the pearls of a necklace, so too is the Atma firmly embedded in all beings. Therefore, knowing this, the knower of Brahm, with his mind firm and focused on Brahm, stands clear in mind. He stands unconfused. As the oil pervades the oil seeds, as the fragrance pervades the flowers, in exactly the same manner does he, Brahm or the Atma, pervade the body of man and woman, being both inside the bodies as well as outside them as well at the same time. Know the tree as the whole. The branch of the tree is only part of the tree. It is not the whole tree. It is a non-whole. The Atma dwells everywhere. It dwells in the whole and it dwells in the part, in the non-whole as well. We now come to the different breaths which are used during meditation. These are Purak, which is breathing in, Kumbhak, which is the retention of breath, and Rechak, which is breathing out. The heroic Lord Vishnu of 4 arms, who has his place at the navel, he is comparable to a flax flower. He is like a flax flower. On Vishnu, one meditates with the Purak breath, breathing in. The god Brahma, the father of all, red and white, having 4 faces, his lotus seat is in the heart. On Brahma, one meditates with the Kumbhak breath, retaining the breath. The three-eyed god Shiv, who resembles a pure rock crystal, who destroys all sins and who is free from patches. That three-eyed god is enthroned on the forehead. On him, one meditates with the Rechak breath, breathing out. Having 8 petals representing the 8 regions of heaven, blooming or flowering downwards, its stalk on high, its calyx, its seed pod facing down and resembling a banana flower. He is the essence, he is the spirit, he is the soul of the gods. The flower having 100 petals which surround the seed pod all around. Meditate on him who is beyond the fire, who is beyond the moon, and who is beyond the sun. The Atma, which directs the seed, plucks off the lotus flower in order to carry it along the lunar path, the path of the ancestors, or the solar path, the path of the gods, the divine path. He is the threefold Brahm and holy sound of the 3 places, of the navel, the heart, and the forehead, and of the 3 paths as well. The holy Brahm, the holy sound Om, has 3.5 sounds. Whosoever knows him, he has the true knowledge. It is long drawn like a drop of oil. It is long humming like the sound of a bell. The tip of Om reverberates silently. He who knows it, he has the true knowledge. Om is the bow. The soul, the Atma is the arrow. The target of the arrow, the target of the soul is Brahm. That target of Brahm, one has to hit unflinchingly, identifying himself completely with the target and with the arrow. Making one's body into the lower friction wood and the Om sound as the upper friction stick. Then, through the friction of meditation, one sees the God who is hidden in oneself, in the same way as fire is hidden in the wood. Just as the friction of the wood kindles the fire, it burns it, and the fire within the wood is released. In the same way, by meditation, the Atma within oneself is released, and we can see it. One is used to drinking water by pursing one's lips like a lotus stalk. In the same manner, a yogi who practices yoga should also draw in the wind. He should draw in the air, he should draw in the breath within himself. This is how the yogi should breathe in while he is practicing yoga. Using the half sound of the dot in the anusvar of the alphabet Om, of the syllable Om as a rope, one should draw out of the depths of the well of the heart lotus, the mind and consciousness upwards, along the path of the artery. One should draw them up between the brows to the forehead, reaching where they melt away. For the forehead, which is between the brows, where the root of the nose lies, that is the perennial, that is the permanent dwelling place, that is the great resting place of all. Yes, that perennial, permanent dwelling place is the great resting place of all. This concludes the Dhyan Bindu Upanishad. Om Shanti 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 Om.